Look at your timing, man. You're getting good.
You're like the new theme.
You're like a real engineer and stuff. Oh, look at there we are. What up, Posse? We have a guest.
Hey.
Mr. Peterson is back in the building.
Kyle.
Back. It's been a while.
That is Mark. We know Kyle. I am Chad. And who are you?
I think I'm Brandon. Last time I checked.
Who are you?
Can I see your ID, please?
No, it's a fake ID.
Oh, well, at least you're honest about it. Yeah, it's been a while, man. How you been?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me back.
We have you back and all of your luxurious long hair.
Yeah.
You definitely got some COVID going on there, buddy.
I'm trying to think last time I was here. I think it was maybe right as COVID was starting, maybe.
Just
kind of became a real thing.
We had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just starting.
That's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
I think it was, they were just saying maybe we should all wear masks. I think is what they were just about ready to say that.
I think we were doing gloves at the time.
There you go.
Because masks are the new gloves.
Yep.
But I digress.
Seems like 100 years ago, but it was just about a year ago.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. How has that changed your ventures? Because you're always out and about doing stuff and
It's
picking.
been very strange. I'm usually on the road a day or two a week throughout 8 states of the Midwest, and that went done. Wow. I sat in my home office for 12 hours a day on the computer working, and just brutal. I mean, physically brutal. You're not getting your steps in, you're not like walking around, you're just sitting there and haven't been able to work out. I know something you're passionate about. I used to get up every morning at 5:30 workout. No, COVID, I was all work. So it's time to get back to the swing of things. Going to stores, traveling to Minnesota.
Did that affect a lot of you? Let me ask you this, because you have, and I encourage everybody to go to his YouTube channel, but because like I did, I rearranged everything on my shelves just because I got so bored.
Yeah, I've done a ton of that kind of stuff, organizing, doing stuff. So yeah, there's been a lot of that going on as well.
Well, tell us what you're into right now, man, because I see a lot of G.I. Joe here.
Oh, I think last time I was here, I talked G.I. Joe too, and everybody thinks of me as the wrestling guy. I got a big wrestling figure collection, but G.I. Joe, it's been my passion since I was a little kid. So I'm all in on the classified series. Mint on card set, open set. I can't get enough G.I. Joe. So more G.I. Joe, the better. And, we finally got some new releases. It's been a while. G.I. Joe is not like Star Wars that we get something every month. G.I. Joe seems to be every couple of months you get 1 or 2 figures. And
might get 1 or 2 figures every 3, 4
And
months.
off camera, you were talking about how people compare G.I. Joe to Star Wars or Star Trek, Marvel, and that's just not the case.
It's not.
It can't. Yeah. Like he was saying earlier, on the mountain, here's like Star Wars, here's Marvel, and like here's Joe.
It is.
I mean, their movies just haven't really taken off.
I love G.I. Joe. I love G.I. Joe more. I love Star Wars, Marvel, and G.I. Joe, but there's a lot of hardcore G.I. Joe guys, and sometimes I get in that bubble and you think, oh yeah, we're bigger than Star Wars and Marvel, and it's not even close. I mean, we got to take that on a step back. Things are getting better. It's good. The Snake Eyes movie, if this thing hits and takes off.
The trailer looks good.
And if the kids' toy line that they're coming out with that can convince kids to get into this, we could see finally that resurgence of G.I. Joe. Instead of being, people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s collecting G.I. Joe, we might get a new generation.
If this happens, you think there's going to be another cartoon?
I gotta think another cartoon's got to be on the horizon. If this movie goes well, I'm sure Netflix or somebody will jump on a cartoon. I just hope it's good.
What if they did like an adult, like Netflix type of?
Have you seen that movie? It's called G.I. Joe Resolute. I don't know, maybe 10 years ago now. It was, I think it was on Cartoon Network, Adult Swim.
I do remember that.
And I think they did like 10-minute things, but they put it all together into one movie.
Yeah.
And it's violent. Guys die.
I just remember the robot chicken. It was always fumbles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's start with the. What do you want to start with? You want to start with the Snake Eyes that I see?
Let's start with the hot toy of the week, the G.I. Joes.
Let's start with the blood then.
The dream calls for blood, as I've been saying on my channel.
The dream calls for blood.
There's been a lot of blood on the streets for this one.
And I said on the Posse page, I was like, Targets is going to be flooded with blood. And now they are.
It's starting to flood the market a little bit. I mean, what did the first one sold on eBay for like $10,000? I don't know if that person paid for it, but there was some for like $1,000, and I guarantee people paid those. And then it slowly went down. I don't know what they're at now. 60,
65,
probably
70-ish
for a new figure.
Yeah,
that you could find today for 20.
Wow.
G.I. Joe Cobra Island Mania, and I think it's getting better, and I think this might dim the fires a little bit. It seems to be a little easier. My dad walked into a store and just picked one up on a hunt.
This has been the easiest one to find outside of the roadblock.
Yeah. Weren't they going to discontinue the Cobra Island line?
I think they get confused with that because I think it gets deleted temporarily because they make them once a year or whatever, so they delete it, so it's gone, but then it comes back.
Oh, okay.
Which
there's supposed to be new Joe announcements in
I
June.
wasn't even a big fan of this figure, but then when I seen someone open it and put the helmet on him, he looks 10 times better with that helmet on him.
They didn't do much in the 80s cartoon with him either.
Yeah, he was kind of the field leader out there, and he would be in a lot of episodes.
Did he die on Resolute?
He might have.
I think they killed him off.
Didn't he have a German accent too?
Australian, I think.
Was it Australian?
I think, or
I thought there was
British or Australian.
He definitely was Australian.
I think
Is that what it was?
Yeah, but he didn't say put a shrimp on the Barbie or nothing. But he just was like, you could tell.
No, that was Zartan's job.
I love this figure though. Just the dog tags around his neck, all the Joes he's killed and taken him from, the robot arm, the scars on his face.
Gun.
Yeah, I mean it's a very solid figure. And all these have. And the one thing I love about these Joe figures too is, you guys are like me. If you get extra hands, you get extra weapons. You have baggies of these things stored. If you open them up, the Joe stuff all can be stored on the figure. Everything stores in the backpack or on the figure or in the holsters. Okay. So you don't have to have those extra things or lose weapons and stuff. That's genius. I think that's genius.
I agree. What's this guy here?
Lady J.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lady.
She's offended. She's going to write an angry email.
This would not be the first time I've offended Lady J.
So I love this Lady J too, and if you guys know your G.I. Joe figure, so I didn't have G.I. Joe Lady J when I was a kid because without her hat on here, that's how she looked in the cartoon. With the hat on was how she was in the comic books and the figure back in the day.
Okay.
I didn't buy the figure back then because it didn't look like the cartoon. That's what I was based off of.
Well, wasn't she sold with like the vehicle?
I was going to say, I thought she was with
CoverGirl.
She
was sold.
You're right.
But yeah, she looks great. So it's a 2-in-1. So for the kids like me that love the cartoon edition, you can have that, or you can have the comic book original figure edition on that. So it's almost a 2-in-1 figure.
The hat was a nice throw-in.
Yeah, and it comes off with the hair attached. Very cool, very solid figure.
I feel like they've done a really good combination with bringing everything together on this line.
And I've said that from the get-go. A lot of people complained. There was a lot of hate for it at first because obviously everybody wants retro card like the Marvel Legends, retro throwback to the Toy Biz. Give me the cartoon people. I do think we'll get that down the line. Yeah. But they've done an amazing job of giving us the touch to the past with a little bit of updates. Okay. And I think that's what you got to do.
A lot of these extra little accessories, too, are they're going to be using for the next 15
I'm sure.
years.
I'm sure.
With Marvel.
I'm sure. Yep, I'm sure.
Is that Flint?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
The heaviest of heavy hitters.
Oh.
I love Flint. He is probably my favorite comic, cartoon, superhero, whatever you want to call it, character of all time.
Wasn't that Dennis Quaid in the?
He was he General?
Or was
Hawk?
it Bruce Willis?
Oh, he was Hawk. Right.
There was some young guy, Flint, and I love Flint. I was so excited I'm so excited for this figure. I was so happy to get it. No Flint left behind. I buy every one I see. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these Flints.
Army build.
But I mean, that was, as a kid, that was my guy. That was my Joe.
As I mentioned, the last 2 movies that they came up with, one with The Rock and some pretty famous people, I liked them.
Yeah.
I liked the first one better than the second one.
Oh, really?
I do. I like all the plot holes. I like all the bad music. I like all the bad CGI.
Yeah.
I like all of that. But the nanotech on there was cool. The exosuits were cool. Did that bother you?
The exosuits bothered me.
Why?
I was like, when did G.I. Joe ever have exosuits? I was like, what are they, the Power Rangers now? I could live with everything else but the exosuits and them flipping around like.
What was the
way?
One of the Wayans brothers was in that, and he was I think Ripcord. And Ripcord was
Marlin.
Yeah, that's right. And Ripcord was never anything real special in the G.I. Joe. So to throw him in as a major role, I always thought was very strange. But I did see both movies, of course. I did watch them. I supported them, but it wasn't what I wanted 100%.
It was weird that they killed Duke.
Yeah.
Well, that was part of the contract that he had.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be in the. I think he had to be. they called it the Sean Connery syndrome. You know, he didn't want to be in there. He was obligated, but he did the very bare minimum that he had to do and got the hell out. Which I guess we all would if it was that movie. But I'm just going to say this: I want an exosuit.
I'll take one.
You don't even need one.
Still be fun.
Oh, now this one I just finally broke down. I've been talking about this on my channel for a long time. I've been trying to play the long game on this. It's these new PCS statues. GameStop seems to be the best place to buy. You can get them on Big Bad Toy Store, stuff like that. But they got Turtles, Power Rangers, all kinds of stuff. But Destro, I could not pass this up. And
just like the classic.
It is.
This is beautiful.
That's what you want in these.
I used to cut those out as a kid.
Yep.
Did they try to make the 3.75 version to be the throwbacks?
Yeah, that's what's going on now.
They kind of, like, due to COVID, they were kind of, like, dead in the water.
So this is, if you're looking for these things, GameStop's got a big sale. They're like 20% off this week. So I finally said, now's my time to strike.
And use your pro discount.
Yeah, exactly. Get another 5 or whatever.
Is there any articulation of this at all?
No.
I know it's a statue, but
you know, it's cool. You think of a statue being like a heavy or very breakable. This, obviously, you're not going to really play with it, but it's pretty lightweight. It's not easily broken. It's a really nice statue just to,
It's sweet.
Yeah, it's very cool. Nod to the past, of course. I like it.
I like it too.
It's very solid.
I actually might buy this.
Yeah,
well, then you're gonna have to buy the rest.
They got Serpentor. I think they got show who's on the back. The
Okay,
Serpentor one is next level.
You have that one.
I got all of them except Baroness now.
Oh, nice.
Cobra Commander was the classic cape Cobra Commander ruler, so I couldn't pass that.
Are these all out?
Yeah, they're all out.
Okay.
GameStop pretty much has them.
What's that cost?
This one's ridiculous. They just jacked the price up $10 on these to $60, but you gotta play the long game. You gotta wait for those GameStop deals.
The bag deal.
Yeah, the bag deal, stuff like that. Because
I will definitely be getting the Snake Eyes.
So these two are going to clearance at a lot of GameStops because they've been out the longest. So
Okay.
you might be able to get a deal on those guys.
Good to know. Good to know.
I bought them on clearance. I said, okay, I'm just gonna pull the trigger. I'm getting.
Might as well. And they have like He-Man, I think, too, or is it Thundercats?
I know they got Power Rangers, and then they got really sick Ninja Turtle ones. I think that might be it. I don't know. I think they have a whole ton. Oh, they have Transformers ones that are really cool too. They have like Grimlock and Optimus. And
Snake Eyes.
So there you go. There you go. Ready to join up.
Now this one, I'm like mad that I didn't know that they had multiples at the Target. I would have had Mark grab me one.
Have you seen these, Kyle?
I have not. I saw them on one of the episodes here on the Toy Posse, but I think this is very genius because it almost gives the packaging of stuff like action figures into the Hot Wheels, and then obviously Batman tying in. You're crossing over. I think you're getting a lot of crossover appeal with something like this.
I've been buying I bought the Mr. Machine, the Batmobiles, the Joker Bone Crusher. I'm only really going after the franchised ones. Like if they put out like a Dukes of Hazzard one, I would buy it, or like I mean, Knight Rider.
The
I bought.
A-Team would be great.
They had Kit and they had Knight Rider, so I bought those. The DeLorean. I mean, so I'm really just buying kind of like the franchise ones and cherry picking, if you will.
Can I just say, don't you think it's a little creepy that there's a little chip on here that they can GPS you and kind of?
I've been fascinated, man. They're watching us all right now.
What is up with that chip? I think I saw that on the.
I think it's kind of creepy though.
Yeah, it's for like a game, I guess.
Show the back of it.
Is that what it is?
An online.
It's a stunt. I mean, it is.
It's a way to like register and be like, oh, you can collect points.
So you download it, and then you scan there, and then there's a game, and then you can evolve.
Oh, jeez.
Into your metadata that they fish.
My Exo Batmobile suit.
It's gonna be one of those things. 10 years from now, some kid's gonna get this and try it. The game's like no longer there. It doesn't exist anymore.
This is a ripoff.
Yeah.
Here, Brandon, this is from me to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Speaking of throwbacks, we've been liking these a lot. These Marvel.
And I'm kind of excited because you don't have these.
No.
And you normally got.
I'm usually on top of my game.
Punch, but the card is spent to shit.
I saw these started coming out about a week ago, but I hadn't sniffed anything in my travels. So very cool to see these in person for the first time. And just like you, I was all out on these. I wasn't planning on getting them, and then you see them in person, and it just changes things.
Yeah, it brings you back.
They definitely grow on you once you see them in person. You're like, oh, these are very much like the Secret War figs.
Yeah.
I need the Sue Storm because I have Johnny Storm. So
I haven't opened one of these yet to see how they are. I don't know if they're like a old school Star Wars kind of feel to them.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of look
I'm assuming
that way.
they'd be like a little bit like the reaction figures that
Yeah.
Super 7's doing.
The artwork's so nice, I
I
don't
know.
want to open them.
That's the
No.
same
Oh,
with
The
me.
card art so nice that I haven't opened
I
it
found,
yet.
I found a bunch of these on clearance for $5 at Walmart.
Oh,
And I
bought
bought
them
a
all.
bunch of them. Yeah, I bought
them all.
Let me
They're not
ask a
gonna open
stupid
them.
question real quick. Why does it say Kenner on there and it says Hasbro in the back? Did Hasbro buy Kenner?
They did.
Yeah, that's why they're able to do the Ghostbuster stuff.
Oh.
Like
But
they
the,
re-released
here's the thing that
everything.
doesn't make any sense, though. I'm pretty sure Kenner, they're kind of Secret Wars-ish from those old days, but
Yeah.
Kenner didn't
I
make,
thought Toy Biz did it. Right?
it was, no, before.
Oh, okay.
So
It was play.
I forget who made. We'd have to look that up. But I don't
Yeah.
think Kenner made the Secret Wars figures back in the
It could
day.
be a Playmates thing.
I think it was Playmates.
I don't remember.
Maybe
I don't even know if Playmates
Yeah.
was around back then. But
Was it?
But I mean, I don't know. They were around like late '80s probably because they were really in
Was
on the
it?
Star Wars.
I could have swore it was like Mattel was making some of them.
yeah,
because Playmates did. They did the Hasbro ones.
It
too.
was Galoob. No, I just
Yeah.
like to say Galoob.
I
like-
love the Kenner logo though. That thing brings me
I do
back to my
too.
kid. Remember all the Kenner box? Any toy you got that pamphlet with all the other toy lines in there, and that was always fun.
You can see it up on my Bionic Woman in the box.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Great
Yep.
big Kenner logo.
Wait, Chad, you're not gonna get the Grey Hulk?
No.
Oh,
Okay, maybe he's kind of cool.
I do like these. My rule is I have to have them unpunched, which is easy sometimes, and sometimes it's a chore. So it just all depends.
I just grabbed them the first time I
Yeah,
saw them
it's
because
tough not
at
to
least I
resist.
have them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And if I find an extra set where they're unpunched or the
Yep.
card's not as bent, then I can put these on my
Yep.
table at a swap and sell them. So far, I know people have definitely been looking for this Black Panther.
I love the blue gloves
Yeah.
on there, man.
really pops.
Very classic look.
That
Yep.
is
Like,
really
First
cool.
appearance look.
It's funny. I don't know how well you're selling that. We were talking earlier. The Hasbro Pulse exclusive ones are starting to show up at Walmart. So that tends to believe that the online purchases weren't as high as they
No.
hoped.
Out of all of these, this is the one that I wanted the most for my pin particle display because I will get another one of
There you
these
go.
to open for sure.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yep,
It doesn't come
that's
with
awesome.
an ant or
I
anything.
love those colors,
No,
man.
but
I love the
I got
colors.
it.
Yeah. I wonder if they've announced the next wave. I don't think they've announced any waves past this one. We'll see if they continue.
Now it says Legends on there. Are these considered Marvel Legends?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
line.
Yeah, they're right.
Interesting.
If you're a
Stocked
completionist,
right by them. I know.
Okay.
I know.
I find that really weird considering the size and the artwork
And I
everything.
think this will be the most sought after one
Probably.
because people,
Oh, yeah.
people are just like, that Vision is choice.
You know, it's so funny. I talk about this on my channel as well. Like, Vision was not when I was really reading
come
comics
on.
from like
Yeah.
88 to 98. Vision was around. We all knew Vision, but he was nowhere near the popularity. You can say the same thing about Iron Man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Very
funny.
true.
The ebbs and flows of
I mean,
superheroes.
it was pretty much Spider-Man and Captain America were the, and then X-Men. once-
Everything
once the
X-Men.
movies came
X-Men,
out.
everything. And yeah, Spider-Man, X-Men, everything.
Actually-
Captain America for me, and Punisher.
Venom.
And Venom.
Everything
and Carnage.
Venom.
Maximum Carnage.
Sabretooth.
Yep.
But I always say that when it comes to Vision being actually a popular character, it wasn't until they went West Coast Avengers.
Yes.
Then
Exactly right.
he actually became popular.
They
Well, even with
tied
Hawkeye,
so
too.
much in.
They
with all
did,
that.
but it was so well tied in.
Yeah.
But
They
the
had
other-
him go evil. He had to
Yeah.
pluck that Mind Stone out of
Yep.
his skull.
Yes,
I mean, like,
they had.
He's
they
Simon
had the
Williams'
they had
brother,
Grim Reaper in there,
and
which
the-
was Simon Williams' brother.
yeah,
and-
you know.
yeah.
So
And I always say with Iron Man, when he became popular is when he became a drunk and was
yes,
Same thing I say all the time.
True.
That's exactly
The
You know
what
what I
demon in
mean?
a bottle.
it's almost
storyline,
like
I mean.
wrestling. Like a
Yeah.
guy could be ho hum, and
Then
all
he
of a sudden you
becomes a
make him a
heel.
heel, and everybody loves him.
Yep.
Yes.
It happened
And
to
then-
Roman.
Oh,
every,
for
every
sure.
Samoan, that's pretty much you need to be a babyface to hate you.
And then
Then you
become a
become a
heel.
heel.
and then flip you.
Yep.
Real quick, we'll go into another episode. You're gonna stick around for one,
Yeah,
aren't you? Sweet,
yeah.
sweet. I just want to say this is creepy that Brandon just showed me this. This is what it tracks: your speed, your laps, and your performance.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I think that's like
Races.
it's fake. Like, oh,
That's
how
how
it
it tracks
does.
you.
How it
Show
does
that.
on the track.
No, I think it shows that it tracks how fast you've gone and everything, like a bowling ball in
Yeah.
a bowling alley.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you
other than that, I might just be into some kind of conspiracy stuff that I'm making up as I go along.
I'm gonna start carrying this around in my pocket.
No, there you go.
So then you'll have two, the '80s version and that.
Yes.
Or are you just happy to see me?
Hey, is that a Batmobile in your pocket, or are you just
waka waka?
All right, hey, thanks for coming back again, man.
Yeah,
you are
thanks.
welcome anytime, and we're gonna do another one with you because I went on vacation and I went thrifting.
Oh boy,
did.
Yes, I did.
exciting times here.
Good gosh. All right.
All right.
Posse.
Peace out. I was